Easy now. We've got the U4 to look at, the Fluval U4 internal filter. We already just did a video on the U2, but we've got the U4 as well, so we might as well have a look at it. Although they are essentially exactly the same. The only real difference being the size of physical dimensions, so therefore the capacity, the amount of media that it holds, and the size tank it's for. We've got, let's say here, a 240 litre or 65 gallon tank, and it kicks out 1,000 litres per hour or 260 US gallons per hour. Aside for that, they are pretty much the same. In fact, no, they are the same, which is no bad thing, because I think these are really cool. So we'll have a wee look. First off the bat, they've got the same choice. There's our wee dial there, A, B and C. So it's the same choice between the water coming out the top, and if we use that one, we have got the multi-directional adjustable spout with your Venturi clip that goes in the top there. Or we can use the one at the bottom, so if we've got some debris or we need some water circulation at the bottom of the tank, we can use that. Or we've got the three options of the spray bar: to the left, through the middle, or to the right, which is a neat wee feature. Not every internal filter gives you the options of those. Unfortunately, you can't have a combination of two or all three. It's one or the other, but I'm still saying that's pretty cool you can do that. As with the U2 and of course the U3, the one's a bit different, but I don't have a one to play with, so with all of them, the ease of maintenance is ridiculous. All you do is tilt the unit forward and then you can pull the whole thing off, or you can simply open the top part and take out the trays. So again, we have got a wee bit at the bottom is meant to collect the debris so it doesn't fall back into your tank or into your filter, and then you've got your 3-stage filtration. First of all, there's your sponge, then your polycarbon pads, and finally, so there's one of those each side. The water comes in both sides, so there's one of them on each side, and then in the centre you have got your biomedia, and it's matrix you get with it. That's the amount you get with it, but you can see there's plenty of space for more if you want to add some more sintered glass media or bio rings in there, or even some filter floss to polish the water before it gets to your biofiltration. Decent amount you'll fit in there though, really happy with that. If we take a look down inside of it, go and stick your head in there, have a wee look. Looks like a corridor from Star Wars, doesn't it? 3 doors down on the right, that's where you'll find Princess Leia, and right at the bottom now, that's where our impeller is and our motor. If you want to get at that, you need to take it off the cradle first, and then you can see this wee arrow. There's one on each side. Hold them in and it literally slips off, so you can clean out your impeller, replace it if you need to. It's just held in with a magnet. Get your brush inside there, your impeller brush, give it a wee tidy up, and then it literally just slips back in. It is really well made. slip those back in real quick. The build quality is superb. Feels great in your hand, if that matters at all. It feels like a quality item, it looks like a quality item. Got no real complaints about it, to be honest with you. One thing, so you can have your filter vertical or you can have it horizontal, that's fine. If you want to put it on the side of your tank though, rather than the back, you see through the filter grill. So you've got the white at the top and then the blue at the bottom. You don't see the bottom of the unit because obviously that's in the cradle, but you can still see all that. Now, I don't want to see my filters. I want them to be invisible when they're in the tank and I'm only looking at the fish, the plants, stuff going on in there. So, could argue it's a small detail, but worth mentioning anyway. The same goes for the front of the filter. Even if you've got that in there, right? What have I done with the other one? There it is. So that one goes at the top with your Venturi in it. You can still see this. Why Fluval made this white so it stands out, I do not know. Like I say, I want my filter to be invisible. I don't want your eye drawn to it, and that seems kind of silly. Perhaps there's a reason that I'm not getting, but perhaps not, and hopefully Fluval will listen to that. We'll have a quick look at the pamphlet that comes with it. And this is me being super picky now, but check this out. Look at that thing goes on forever. Now in this day and age when we're trying to be environmentally aware, I wonder do we even need this, man? If you've ordered this from an online store, it's come packaged, you've got your packaging that the filter's in, and then you've got this. I wonder if we can't just use a little bit of a wee note to say here is your instructions online should you need them. But I mean, the box gives you pretty much most of the instructions that you're going to need anyway. I think if you're buying an item like this, you've probably got internet in your house these days, but like I say, that's me being super picky. I don't know if you've noticed while we've been talking, but there is an adequate cable on this. I'm not going to call it a long cable, I'm going to call it an adequate cable because this is for bigger tanks, obviously the U4, so you might need quite a bit of length on your cable to get to your sockets, and you can either slip it out of that wee gap there, or there's a handy wee groove that it fits in at the top if your wire's going to come straight out the top of your tank. Like I say, I'm calling that adequate, not necessarily long. While we're talking about the cradle, you just fit your suction cups into the wee grooves there. There's 6 provided with the U4. I believe it's 4 provided with the U3 and it's 4 provided with the U2, but you can get spares. The important thing to think about is though, these grip really super well, and it's a little bit tricky to remove this once it's in place. Now you don't need to do it too often because when you're maintaining your filter you just take it straight off, right? But it's maybe a good idea to have the wee tabs, see these? Keep them to the side because they help you lift the suction cups off if you do need to take it out. But like I say, it really grips well to the side of the tank. It's not going to budge at all. Very well designed, very well made. Once it's in the tank, it packs a hell of a punch. This is it set to the right hand side spray bar, and you can see it tossing that debris aside. It's not disrupting the sand below it, the spray bar, but you can see some of that star grass to the right of it. It's getting thrown about a wee bit. So although it's for a big tank, I'm going to say probably not for the likes of discus tanks. Maybe big fish that can handle a bit more flow. But if that's what you're looking for, I'm thinking this is one hell of a filter. I'm super impressed. If not, maybe step down to the U3 or even the U2.